So we're here with Paddy Fitzpatrick, Wembley Arena. First of all, Paddy, you're getting familiar to Wembley with George.
Second time back. It seems like a lot longer though. We were here last time. It didn't seem like 6 weeks ago. A lot longer. Yeah.
No, definitely. And I mean, after the last bout, it was a vicious knockout from Carl. But how soon was George back in the gym and getting back to his old self after that fight?
6 days.
6 days.
The next morning we watched the fight. The very next morning I went to his house. We watched the fight twice. He said, I want to get back in there as soon as possible. He started back 6 days later with Father O'Connell on his conditioner. And then I came back into the gym 2 weeks later.
And were you surprised that he went back in so early, or was that something you liked seeing in a fighter?
Well, you'd want to see in a fighter. What impressed me more was the fact that he sat and watched the fight with me twice the next day. Most fighters wouldn't. They still wouldn't want to look at it. They'd have that taste in their mouth. They wouldn't want to go near it. It'd be a hard thing to do emotionally. It wasn't for him. And I wasn't surprised that he wanted to get straight back in, because it's not like he took a beat. He got knocked out, made a mistake, took a hook off the line, shot a hook off the line, and got knocked out. So, no, the performance up to then was good. So he wasn't physically hurt, wasn't beaten up. So no, it didn't surprise me that he wanted to get back in that quickly.
And I mean, from that last fight, you mentioned it was a really close fight up until that knockout. You mentioned he made that one mistake.
I didn't say it was a close fight. You said that.
Yeah, no, I mean, from a personal point of view, I think it was a close fight. And like you said, George made that one mistake. What have you learned, though, from yourself and George learned from that last fight with Carl?
You can't make a mistake. What you think? He shot a hook off the line. He shouldn't have done it. So the whole idea is now that you can't lose focus for a split second in World Championship boxing. You can't.
And next fight against Christopher Fabrice, 20th of September. How much do you know about Christopher?
Not too much. He's only lost 2 fights. He's the European champion, so he is the champion again. So you got to give him that respect. He fights a little bit like Ricky Burns, that type of style. Good basic fundamentals, very good jab, high guard. That's all I can tell you right now.
Definitely. And in terms of Christopher and the fight, if George wins, it's an eliminator for the WBC title. Of course, Sakio Bika holds that title at the moment, but he's fighting Andre Durrell. Whoever wins that, do you think George will be capable to win the world title against either of those opponents?
Do you not think that that's kind of a silly question to ask me?
Yeah.
We thought he was capable of beating Carl Froch, and he was boxing well within the means to show that he is capable of beating that man as well.
Yeah.
And then he made a mistake and got knocked out. So I believe that George Groves can and will be the world champion. That's not depending on who is there. That's dependent on George Groves' skill.
Definitely. And in terms of becoming world champion and when you fight for that WBC title, both of those fighters are of course not from England. One's from America, one's from Australia and Cameroon. Do you think you could bring that world title fight to this country?
You're asking the wrong dude, brother. My space is in the gym. I don't want to be answering questions that's not down to me. Of course, it'd be nice to have it here. I think George's name is big enough to bring it here. But it would all depend on the finances, man. They'll figure that out closer to it.
Definitely. And in terms of between now and the fight, how's preparations? Like, you've already been in the gym.
He's been in the gym since 6 days after the last fight, so he's been in the gym now for the last 5 weeks. And he's doing great and on schedule, still 3 months to the fight, so he's where he needs to be.
Thank you so much, Paddy, and hopefully speak to you closer to the fight.
Peace.